And we are back. So, whenever you start off from saving in a world or in a level, you always start back off at the beginning. Just want to show off that hey, we did complete all this, which means you do need to make your way back to the Balloonists. This is Artisans is the only world that's easy to get back to the Balloonist because it's not a linear path. While the rest of these aren't, especially where the first of the two worlds we're gonna be reaching today. I'm just gonna be getting some pearls though. Yeah, especially the first of the two worlds. Anyway, turn over to Gosnold. Nice job, Spyro. One day you might become a real dragon. Hop board for Magic Crafter's world if you're ready. We can choose to stay here or go to the next world, but now we need to leave a little bit more. If you revisit them, you can basically go to any other world you've been to. But we're going onward to Magic Crafters, which honestly has some of my more favorite levels of the entire game. But yeah, you can see the Balloonist. You can't make that glide. You cannot make that glide. So we have to go all around. And this world automatically starts with a thief. Automatically getting egg number 6. Now, if you chase him all the way to over here, he jumps up to here. You can't reach him. So if you fail, you have to actually you actually have to either go out of this next area behind that weird guy, or go to the entrance. It's kind of obnoxious. Anyway, these guys are armored, so yeah. First time dealing with armored enemies in the hub world.
Welcome to Magic Crafters. I want you to release the dragons, reclaim our treasure, and recover the eggs from those pesky blue thieves.
You mean what we've been doing the entire time? Anyway, charge through these guys. And collect this treasure. You also encounter these guys that raise up platforms. If you listen closely, that sound is them laughing at you. We'll get that guy in a minute. You have to be fast when dealing with these guys. With the charge is pretty decent. You can't charge to beat this guy because his trigger point is a little bit further than the rest of them. But you can reach the other guy. Anyway, up here for the first level, Alpine Ridge. Smash these guys to cover another thief. I mean, head up here to find another thief. Get rid of him to grab egg number 7. And going on this path to meet up with this with this stick. So we can get these gems and cover a easy way to get up until we either die or clear the level. up here, and that guy has the same block radius. Up this hill. By the way, if you go up a steep enough hill, Spyro will gently walk. Just careful walk. It's a little neat thing. Anyway, another dragon.
When you see arrows like these, you can charge along with them to begin a supercharge.
Supercharge? Excellent.
Go ahead, try it.
This mechanic will now start appearing in certain stages, and you need to get used to it. But first, glide off this to be the only way ready to reach where the locked chest is and a life. Why I do it here? Because I wanted to show it off. And just like Xantor said, he's right in front of the portal to High Caves. You have to hold down the charge in order to keep it. If you let go at any time, we're going to show it off over here. You automatically stop. But, nah, we'll cover this. Nah, I want to show off a few things while I'm supercharge. We'll collect this dragon first.
This portal leads to a special place where you can learn to fly. I remember when I was a young dragon, earning my wings.
Learn to fly. Got it.
Anyway, that's 35. And over here is Crystal Flight, another flight stage. Really weird that Artisans didn't have one. No, guess it was just early world guess it was just early world mechanics, like the blocking off the boss stage to complete one level. Anyway, Supercharge allows you to instantly break these without needing the flame. But we need to use it again in order to get that. But deal with this guy. We'll climb up here. For one very few 25 gem of those containers. Here's the key. We'll get the key in a minute. Nah. When we're done with High Caves, we'll come back to get that one. Because it's just right there. This guy will raise and lower this platform. They won't attack you when you're close. Anyway, the boss stage for here is literally right in front of. I don't know how that second one missed. Right in front of the balloonist. Anyway, talk to Tuco. Thank you, Spyro, for covering so many of our Dragon Egg. Aboard for Beastmaker's World if you are ready. No. Starting now is when we're going to start reaching the requirements for the worlds, if we're 100%ing. In order to get to Magic Crafters, to leave here, I think we needed 6 or 7 of the eggs. Which, as you can tell, that's around half to a majority of them. So yeah. Anyway, we're going to go up here, get back to where High Caves was to deal with and get back to the lock chest. Open this up. I think that gives us 75. Yeah, the remaining 25 are in the chest that's over there. But like I said, we'll cover that when we're done with high caves. Just because we're over here right now. Anyway, Alpine Ridge is our first Magic Crafters level. And it's one of the few worlds that actually will have the few times which we'll see hub world enemies in a level. Flame these big guys before they body slam you. I hate this guy's location, I'm not gonna lie. It's so close to the ledge. There we go. You also will encounter the druids. And yes, this is one of the few druids that actually can kill you. There are very few of these guys that actually can. That actually can. You can say that maybe the one near Blowhard can, but that's if you chose to go straight to him, because you can go along the ledge of the pool. Anyway, there's also this guy just basically raising and lowering this set of stairs. Got him. Pop this guy. Pop this guy. Always take these slow. And you see something over in the barely able to draw distance. But first, dragon.
Spyro, you're not afraid of those big, noisy, gigantic, awful beasts, are you?
Of course not.
I didn't think so.
He means the yellow monsters. He means those guys. We can barely hear him roaring, by the way. Anyway, head over to this to be able to glide over to this ledge. Those guys are too big. To charge. Yeah, he'll when it's the big guy, he'll flip this over. When it's you, he'll basically raise that. Anyway, we'll gladly flame this fodder to get a thing. These guys shoot spells at you. Like, these wizards will hit you, not the druids. This spot behind me is another case of the druids being able to kill you. You need to be pretty fast first, but we're gonna wait for the next loop. It's one of my least favorite jumps of the entire game. Anyway, if you reach them, they'll just run in a circle. Utterly useless in a close range fight. From here, we can reach where this monster is. And now we can hear him roar. Shut up. And over here is another druid that can kill you. I think this one might be the last one. I'm not sure at the top of my head. Oh no, never mind. No, never mind. That guy's the last one. That guy's the last one. Smack you. Collect these gems. We'll cover that in a minute, in a few moments. Because Christ. Anyway, free this dragon.
Oh, thank you for releasing me.
Let's save here. Yeah, let's save here, because I'm a little nervous about this next segment. here you have when the shielded, the armored guys just feeding to the creatures. But play your cards right, you can easily deal with them. We do need to go into this hole for those gems. This druid will bring up a lizard. Bring up lizard. I don't count him as. There we go. Like fell asleep, so I had to pull it out. I don't count this one as easily able to kill you because unless you're playing badly, you basically won't really have an issue with these guys. Like, they attack so slowly. I'm not trying to say it's a skill issue thing. They're one of those types of enemies that attack super slowly that it's like you have to be showing off the attack in order to do it. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, if you play your cards right and kill that beast early, you can get him right up here. Free the last dragon.
Great work, Spyro.
Well, second to
If
last
you
dragon.
keep this up, you'll learn all the tricks of the Magic Crafter world.
What tricks? The only trick that you guys had to teach me was the supercharge. Anyway, if you miss any gems, you can easily just glide over to there from here, because this is kind of one big U-turn. Alright, gonna save here. Because this jump is a little bit iffy. Not super iffy, but if you clip a little bit, clip the wall, you will fall. Free this dragon.
Remember that these blue thieves haven't stolen eggs only in the Magic Crafter world. Don't worry, I'll take care of them.
We'll go through this to deal with this thief. This one is first little bit of a highway thing. Like this is the first time you'll deal with them on a super long stretch. Like they don't, like this guy does not go in a circle. A small circle, I mean. There's that. Pop frag number 8. Save here because I don't like this part. This is one of my more least favorite jumps. Especially because you have to be doing this little bit. And yes, you can't, no. If you think, oh, I'll just stay on the platform and just tank it. No. It will make you fall. Anyway, that's 5 missing, so we'll have to go hunting. Yeah. This is usually where I do start losing some gems in this world, in this game. This world. There's a level in this world that is way worse than this, because this is at least a decent little loop. Yeah, let's check the highway before we move on. But yeah, the explosion radius will knock you right off those cliffs. So you are not going to so don't even think about, oh, I'll just tank the hit. I'll just take the hit. No, you won't. You will be knocked into the water, and when you do, that is it. Annoyingly, we do need to go back to the end of the level in order to do this, but hey. This is one of the most parts I would be more charging in, just because. Okay, cool. I tensed up a little bit there because I wasn't Because I walked right off the cliff and just went right to gliding. It's like, I'm not gonna make this, am I? But no, I did. Alright, so not here. Not here. Not here. Let's check this. Oh, good. There it is. All right. So that is all 500 gems, all 4 dragons, and the 1 egg of Alpine Ridge. Luckily, we could just do exit level, and it'll basically keep your progress for the level, which is actually pretty good, especially compared to the game that this replaced, which was Lego Incredibles, which I couldn't do that. Anyway, thieves will also respawn, but when they do, they just drop 1 pearl. Not really worth chasing them down multiple times. I mean, if they're in the way, sure, but yeah. Alright. So, little bit of a warning before we enter high caves. If you have, what's it called? Jimmy. If you have entomophobia, please do not be looking for a little bit of this part. I will be stating right now, there are going to be some big bugs in this level. And I'm not kidding, there are big bugs. Yeah, I wasn't kidding. And they're big. We can't charge them, and they're armored. We can't flame them. So we're not going this way. Instead, we're going this way. We have these weird tornado guys. They won't kill their buddies, but yeah. The tornadoes go in a specific direction, so they won't really home in on you. Wait for it to go and move. Deal with you. Deal with this to collect these gems. Huh. Fairy. Interesting.
Please do something about these green druids. They insist on moving everything in sight.
These guys are the last druids that can actually kill you. These druids. But it is pretty easy. Always be sure to stop on the platform. Flame these to collect these gems. And to enter this little area. This is the main area for the zone. Over here, dragon.
I hate those bugs. When I become big and strong, like you, I'll squash them all.
Until then, remember that supercharge makes you invincible.
Yeah, you do notice the supercharge That's... Yeah, yeah, I'll show. I'll show. Yeah, supercharge will allow us to kill them, but it's very hard to control. Especially when they make you do some platforming around it. Which, yeah, hinting at we're at the worst world in the worst level in the entire game. But you can't go all the way up here. You do need to be fast because the bugs will home on you. The bugs will basically home in on you. Like see, they are very fast. Anyway, head over to here to find that fairy. Upon her kiss, she'll give you Super Flame, which we can use to kill these bugs. And we need to kill them. Super Flame is temporary. It's very temporary, and this actually can be a little bit annoying. You are going to need to charge. Walking normally will not allow you to kill every bug in these caves. See, I barely had enough for that guy. It's really annoying. But luckily we can just go with a supercharge for that guy. We'll try a supercharge once, and if I end up dying, then we'll just go for Super Flame. There we go. All bugs destroyed, all their gems acquired, and now we can acquire the rest of the gems around here. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of those bugs myself. Not gonna lie. They're not the creepiest enemy in here, in this game or in the series, but it's like they're still pretty creepy. Like I have a creepy enemy. I have an enemy I don't like in this game myself. Anyway, past the supercharge, there's this bridge where if we go up, we can find some gems in fireworks boxes. You'd think there'd be something on this ledge, but there isn't. It's really weird. Anyway, in order to reach these two, we need to glide from the ledge. And glide over to here for another thief. Another thief, little thief highway. There's no gems on the other side of these, so don't worry about if there are any you're missing there. There we go. The last inches of the flames hitbox got. Anyway, exiting out here, that looks like a pretty tricky jump, but you can't make it. That's why they put these 3 fairies that will catch you only in this segment of the level. If you fall in the area, where those druids are, the starter level, you will lose a life. And you're gonna need this in order to reach these 3 spots. Well, not these 3, but these spots, period. So up here is some gems and a and an egg thief, which you can very easily. I'm not doing it from that way. No. Well, actually, I could. Very easily glide over to there and do that. I don't like how low their hitbox is. I don't like how low that is because that's scary. Anyway. Jump to here. To find the last dragon of the level and some more gems, but we're not done here. We will take the dragon though.
Try combining supercharge with jumping and gliding, and really explore the high caves.
I mean, you kind of need to do that in order to reach you, so kind of useless. Which side was this on? Okay, this was the left one. So over here is another little cave. And that should be, yep, all 500 gems, both eggs, and all 3 dragons. Huh, we only have 2 eggs left. Anyway, you can't reach from up there, so we have to go this. We have to take the ferries and supercharge. Anyway, over here is where that takes place. You can glide over to there, but you know, that's that sort. Anyway, back to Magic Crafters. Now that we've finished off the second level of the zone. All right, since we flubbed that jump, we'll just get rid of these 2 at least. I didn't flub the jump. No, well, since we flubbed that charge, we'll save. What the hey? Oh, should be. Keep this over to here. To get the 25 gem to give us the remaining gems for this level, and that fully 100% Magic Crafter Zone. Next up is Wizard Peak, which I'm not a fan of this level because of some later stuff in this. Also, this is one of the more annoying levels to actually fully 100%. You spend this level chasing after some of those guys because they'll make these guys pop up. But don't even think about trying to make that leap. You will not make it. Also, if this song sounds familiar to those of you who grew up with Nickelodeon, yes, this is the ending theme to The Amanda Show. I don't remember which one came first, this game or The Amanda Show. But it was Stuart Copeland who did the song, so yeah. Anyway, this is a path of very easily missed gems. Very easily. Over here, you can lightly see that little ledge. Get over here to flame this guy before he attacks you and possibly knocks you off the ledge. But we're not done with this. There's still a few more gems to grab. But kill off the enemies around here. Because there's still that wizard to get, too. Not sure why we both missed. But yeah. And yeah, the enemy, yeah, the magic enemies are, except for the druids, are all called wizards. I think the blue ones are ice wizards. And I think the green ones are just green wizards. I don't know. And no, there's no fire wizard. That's not until Spyro 2. Anyway, back over here, we're gonna take the path we didn't take. And grab the gems. Yeah, there's nothing over here, but the way to reach down here, I should not have glide. Yeah, glide, but yeah. Over here to reach this, to finally reach this wizard, and now we can go back to the main path. Anyway, another dragon over here.
Welcome to Wizard Peaks. This is my favorite supercharge spot. Use it to bash those wizards.
Sorry about that. Got a really important message on Discord I need to cover. Supercharge will allow you to deal with these wizards. This part is the most annoying part of here. Not here. Not here. Not here. But it's this. This is a really annoying jump. It's not the worst, but it's also not the best. And yes, you hear an egg thief right around this area. This is my least favorite egg thief. Luckily, they make him really easy to get because they knew, yeah, this actually is kind of annoying. Anyway, glide back to the mainland, but we are not done. That guy has been chasing the entire time, so yeah. We will ignore this dragon, though. We're gonna ignore this dragon. Yeah, we're gonna ignore him. Back up here to grab these. That wizard we killed that dropped to 25. He still summoned He still summons some snow creatures, and if you kill them early, they still appear. We did not screw each other out of getting any more gems. They'll basically just appear via magic. So, don't worry. I'm sure an idiotic game developer wouldn't have realized it. But not Insomniac. But no, I'll admit. This one also sucks. This one also fucking sucks too. Like, this one is worse than the first one. There we go. Yeah, it's a really annoying jump. I hate that one too. And I hate the fact that they put these chests here. It's like, ugh, really, guys? You really gotta put charge chests here? Luckily, that's the most obnoxious part of this level. So let's gladly go and take some pearls from these old wizards. Head back up here to get some more. because we also missed those gems. I was way more focused on getting those annoying jumps in before these. You also can supercharge into these to break these too, but I don't want to supercharge. Anyway, rescue this dragon.
Thank you for releasing me.
Yeah, see see those guys just randomly just appeared. Yeah, they didn't screw you out. You didn't killing the wizard you're chasing up this way early doesn't do that. And another dragon egg thief. Flame him. And you get the final dragon egg. We're only 3 worlds in and we now have all the dragon eggs. Don't worry, there'll be more dragon eggs to get when we reach Spyro 3. And there'll be more dragon eggs in here to get when we do Spyro 2. Flame this, flame him. Yeah. This is where he usually is when he does that, and we missed a gem. God damn it.
Listen carefully, Spyro. There's a secret area in the artisan home. It is at the waterfall. Try jumping on the stones there.
Artisan home, waterfall. Sounds good.
Huh. We'll check that out when we're done with this world. Oh, we might as well, right? But yeah, we're missing a gem. We're missing a gem. Oh, God. Fuck. This is one of the worst levels to actually be missing a gem in. This is one of the worst levels to be missing a gem in. Because you have these. Luckily that thing in the distance is the fodder. So I didn't miss it on that platform. Nope, didn't miss it on that platform. And I would have basically, yeah, no, the only thing that was behind that second one was just the egg thief. Anyway, please let it be easy. Oh, good. It was easy. Good. Thank God. Yeah, we'll check out that tip we got when we're done with this world before we move on to the next world. Anyway, if you might have noticed that that I had some orange sparks trailing after me after going down a second one. You can make your supercharge stronger, and it will allow you to go faster and higher. You're gonna need that in the worst level in the entire fucking game. Because they make you work for that. Anyway, return home. And if you remember, the fight stage was before the boss, so it was after the boss. So we're gonna go near the end of the world, and then we're gonna go for the night for the flight stage. Anyway, sounds like a big blowhard. Sorry, I had to. You could shoot me for that pun. But anyway, this stage is actually not that bad. Honestly, I consider this a worst. I consider Shep the worst stage because of those some of those glides you had to make to get a few of the gems. But this one's not actually that bad. And there he is. This is the only stage in which the boss is the entire level. Yeah, he's just a stronger version of the lightning wizards. Also, since I took a hit, it should go on record, boss stages don't have fodder. Yeah. Yeah, you're spending the entire level chasing him down. This is the only time they do this. Because the other bosses are all just normal stages. Just like how Toasty and Shemp were. Anyway, here's the only dragon for the level.
Thanks for releasing me, Spyro. You have no idea how long I've been trapped in crystal. And, neither do I. Who are you again?
I'm out of here.
Yeah, these guys can easily kill you too, but honestly, considering how they basically just start moving you to and fro the platform, it's kind of your fault if you end up screwing yourself up. Yeah, they have a whirlwind if you miss any gems along the way for here. Anyway, at the end of this path is hit number 2 for Blowhard. Do this. Okay, good. I'm just a little worried today, bro. There we go. Dick. And I think that is all 400 gems. Yep. All 400 gems and the only dragon in the boss level. Enter here, and we only have one more thing left to do in Magic Crafters. The flight stage. But first, let's top off our health. Fuck you. We will be getting one up along the way, though. Oh, yeah. There's a butterfly. Sometimes already defeated enemies will give you butterflies. I believe I mentioned that in the first session, but just as a little reminder. Over here for Crystal Flight. Let's actually save first. So the second flight level. This one, these get a little bit harder as they go on. This time we have to fly through 8 rings, just like before. Eight arches, just like before. There's no way to make yourself go faster, by the way. This is your default speed every time. Well, it makes the time bonuses really annoying, you know? Eight chests. We probably may not make it. Yeah. And exclusive to this level. Yeah, we're not making it. Damn it. Planes. Like I said, I don't like the Spyro 1 flight levels. I think they're way too annoying. I think these are some of the hardest things in the level, in the entire thing. I don't hate them. They're more of an annoying hard than an actual difficult hard, you know? But a reminder, we do need to get all of them in one go. So yeah, like I think it's because of Spyro's the lack of speeding up. Anyway, this time we're gonna go for the planes. This time we're gonna go for the planes. This is the only time where it's best to basically be following them. Yeah. That's why I didn't do that normally. It's like I normally go for the... That was my fault. I usually forget that, hey, go for the planes first. Anyway. This time with a completed run through the stage. We get the gems for the planes, and we get the all-in-one plane gems. So that's everything in the stage. And that is Magic Crafters done. But before we move on to the next world, we got that little tidbit about artisans. So before we move on to the next world, let's go check that out. You know? So talk to Tuco, go to artisans. And you will be dropped off at the bridge. We do need to go back to the one thing. Anyway, go back to the big thing. We'll come back to here. And said jump on all these stones. So turn around and opens up a portal. So artisans did have a flight stage. And before people and you can actually do this if you know ahead of time. So I've actually known this the entire time. I just honestly wanted to basically just do it in the blind order. When we redo this game, we'll be doing this in the first when we're doing artisans, because we already know this now. So there's no point to basically hiding it behind that dragon again beforehand. Granted, I'll be skipping most of the dragon dialogues. Anyway, Sunny Flight is surprisingly difficult for the first one. Anyway, now we have trains, which have barrels, which come in twos. I don't know what I'm doing, but yeah. Basically, with the vehicles, it's best to actually hit on the way there. We have the return of the planes. Ooh, little bit of lag. Stutter there. And we have the returning archers. That one is meant to be the last arch. That one is usually meant to be the last arch, but how I usually do it, that's the second one, because you can interrupt the arches by taking care of the chests in this little area. Fuck, damn. Was trying to catch myself, but damn. I don't like that chest. I think that's one of the worst chests in the game. Anyway. Repeat again. Get the planes again. Let's get this as we go for as we double back. And now let's do this again. Yeah, let's get that first in this area. And there's all the chests this time. And now it's just smooth gliding through the remaining 5 arches. And there we go. That is Night Flight done, and that's Artisans fully done. Now fully done. Jesus Christ. So now let's get some more pearls, 'cause we're definitely gonna need this for next. Yeah, we're definitely gonna need this for next. Flame you to get a butterfly. The second one up top that hill runs into the hedge maze. We don't really need to go there anyway. So, yeah. Anyway, return to Marco. And now we can move on to Beastmakers, the worst world in the game.